The scar on the girl's leg slowly receded, and the floor feels like it's on fire. The whole room is spinning around in circles. When everything returns to calm, the room has completely changed its appearance. Shu Yan rushed out of the room. I can't believe everything I see in front of me. His father, who had passed away for many years, was standing in front of him right now, still the same as in memory. All of this is not a dream. It was the little eagle who changed her. Now the two girls have become familiar with each other because of this matter. Shu Yan plays Love Bin's future song for the other party. Xiaoying buried her favorite snack in the yard. But the good times don't last long. Shu Yan and her parents enjoy happy times. Gradually neglected Xiaoying, who was confined in the room and doing nothing. Xiaoying has called Shu Yan multiple times. No one answered. He angrily threw the phone onto the table, and next to the phone, there are gummy bears with their heads eaten off. This day, Shu Yan finally picked up the phone. Xiaoying is laughing uncontrollably over there. Then came everything about Xiaoying's emotional breakdown. Xiaoying's mother answers the phone. Tell Shuin, don't call again, otherwise, the Taoist will only cause trouble. Shang Shu Yan felt a faint unease. He found Xiaoying's name online, but I found that no information could be found on all social media platforms. Shu Yan had to enter the address, discovering an old news item. Xiaoying will die today 20 years ago, or died tragically in the hands of my mother. Xiaoying's mother is a witch. She's going to kill her daughter today. If we just let her go, it will inevitably harm others in the future, because his daughter harbors evil spirits within her body. Mother took out a dagger from the fish tank, gently push open the door of my daughter's room, and then lunge wildly into the bed. Strange. Why is there no sound? Slack open the blanket. Take a look. It's a stuffed toy on the bed. At this moment, the wardrobe behind makes a sound. Daughter standing in the darkness. She bent over with a smile. Exposed the scars left by his mother's abuse on his back. Next second, daughter picked up a dagger and stabbed her mother. Her daughter's face was covered in blood, and she had a strange smile on her face. The next day, the man came to Sakura's house to send strawberries. When she opened the refrigerator, discovered the dismembered Xiaoying mother. She let out a loud cry. Seeing a man fall to the ground like a greedy man, Xiaoying looked impatient. As expected, the man was also sent away by Xiaoying, and coincidentally, this man is also known by Shuin. At the same time, a man visits Shu Yan's family at the door, but while chatting it suddenly disappeared. Xiaoying had a premonition that something was wrong, run to the police station and report to the police, but was told that the boy had been dead for many years. The killer Xiaoying was sentenced to life imprisonment. Here, Xiaoying is worried that she will spend the rest of her life in prison. Feeling unwilling, I want Shu Yan to help investigate how the police obtained the evidence. But Shuin doesn't want to make mistakes again and again. I hung up the phone decisively, and unplugged the phone line. Xiaoying, who couldn't dial the phone on the other side, completely lost control. At this moment, the doorbell rang. It was Xiao Shuin and his father, who were looking at the innocent and lovely Xiao Shuin. Xiaoying has come up with a way to retaliate. My father is teaching here. Promise to drive. Open. But Shuin noticed something was wrong. Why didn't my father say a word? Looking back at my father, a strange scene happened. Father's body began to slowly dissipate. No matter how unwilling she is with Shuin, it won't help. I can only watch my father leave him again. It turned out that Xiaoying killed Shuin. Father. His behavior triggered the butterfly effect again. My daughter returned home as usual. But I found my home in ruins. But it only took a few minutes to leave. There are several prominent blood characters in the most prominent area. It says answer the phone. My daughter knows whether to face it or not. Unexpectedly, the unintentional act of the beginning. But now it has become an unavoidable nightmare. I called over. Indeed. It was Xiaoying who killed his father. Shuin is furious, but what's the use of it? 20 years ago, Sakura could change Shuin at will. What can Shuin do to a person from the past now? Xiaoying wants Shuin to find the evidence held by the police, and the dagger used for the crime, found by an old scavenger. The police found fingerprints on it. Xiaoying wants to destroy the evidence. According to Shuin's address, go to the old man's house for collecting waste. Unexpectedly, Shuin gave a fake address. The place he came to was about to explode, but it's not over yet. The phone rings again. Xiaoying did not die. Angry and ashamed, he started walking towards the small forest, rolled to the boiling water and pour it down. Scars slowly emerged on Shuin's body here. Shuin was forced to help Xiaoying find real evidence. Xiaoying immediately rushed to kill the waste collector. History has been rewritten once again. The house has become a burial ground filled with human flesh. The British car that escaped a disaster back then. Serial killing demon Sister Ying. And on the other side, seeing her husband and daughter delayed their return. Mom, bring the police to come and inquire. But it's no use bringing the police here. Now both ends of spacetime. The mother and daughter were both pursued and killed by Xiaoying and Jingjie in the same place around 20 years ago. Both of them coincidentally hid in the same room. My mother heard Xia Shuan's crying outside the door. To save Xia Xuan, Mom walked out of the room, and behind her Sister Ying was waving her knife at him and writing a letter. Sister Ying also knocked open the door here. Two sparse words are both on the line of fate. A critical moment. Mother rushed out, holding Sakura and falling downstairs, to perish together. Shuin from both time and space has been saved. Ukyan comes to mother's ward, and the mother who had been lying here before is no longer in sight. Shuyan comes to the cemetery. Thought my mother sacrificed herself to save him, but only the father's tomb. It's just a tombstone without my mother. Is the mother alive or dead? She knelt down in front of her father's back and cried loudly. Just then, mother appears behind me, looking at the scars on my mother's neck and hands. Shuyan felt indescribable pain in her heart, and when everyone thought that the mother and the two would live a happy life from then on, unexpected recurrence. Zeroing didn't die completely either. He woke up from a coma. 20 years later, Sister Ying had already given him the news. Everything was designed by them. Mother and daughter are walking along. The mother suddenly disappeared. Shuyan was also tied back by Zeroing. End of film. The title of this film is The Beginning of the Phone. I thought I found a friend who spans time and space. The main plot is supposed to help a friend escape from his mother's clutches. The result is finding a perverted murderer who spans time and space. I didn't guess, especially the reversal of the ending. I hope there will be a sequel in the future.